Welcome to this psychophilosophical spoken word internet series, Inalienable Paradise. This is aimed to providing stories and tactics to help people, even in the most traumatic and inescapable of circumstances, to help people with things universally accessible overcome such circumstances or feelings of terror, worthlessness, and helplessness. We hope we will provide the help that so many people need, and that you will find at least some value in this. Thank you. Friends, thinkers, wanderers of the mind, welcome back. This is Inalienable Paradise. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's a pleasure to be here, to sit with this and to think through this together. There are moments in life when everything feels wrong, when the weight of uncertainty, of pain, of loss is too much. These moments, though varied in circumstance, share something in common. They disorient us. They take what we thought we knew about ourselves, about the world, and fracture it. In these moments, the mind scrambles for solutions, for clarity, for anything that will make sense of this chaos. But often, the problem is not that we lack answers. It's that we don't know where to start looking. Abraham Maslow, in structuring his hierarchy of needs, unknowingly left us something more than a psychological theory. I believe there's also a roadmap in there somewhere. One that can be used not only to understand human motivation, but to systematically diagnose suffering when it arises, possibly at all levels. I call this Maslow's checklist, a way of moving through crisis step by step. A way of ensuring that before we attempt to solve life's higher mysteries, we first address the fundamental needs that might be driving our distress, or maybe even our motivations, because sometimes even our motivations can be misguided by preceding mental lapses and such. To talk about its significance, one first has to understand its structure. Maslow's model is often depicted as a pyramid, each layer representing a different category of human need. At the base are the most immediate, most primal necessities. As you move upward, the needs become more abstract and psychological. But here is what's crucial. Each level rests on the stability of the one below it. If the foundation is unstable, the higher levels suffer. So when distress comes, when suffering clouds everything, we can turn to Maslow's checklist. We can ask the following. The level 1, the body. Am I taking care of my physical needs? Have I eaten today? Have I had water? Am I sleep deprived? Is my body in pain or discomfort that I've been ignoring? Have I moved? Have I breathed deeply? Some of this seems almost stupid simple, trivial, but time and again when people feel overwhelmed, they forget to check the basics. The mind cannot function properly when the body is in crisis. If distress is present, always start here. Level 2, security. Do I feel safe? Am I in a situation that feels threatening or unstable? Am I financially secure enough to meet my immediate needs? Am I dealing with uncertainty that is making me feel helpless? What steps, even small ones, can I take to regain a sense of control? Anxiety often disguises itself as existential dread when, in reality, it is the body's response to instability. Before asking life's biggest questions, ask first, do I feel safe? Level 3. Connection. Am I feeling isolated? When was the last time I spoke to someone who genuinely cares for me? Have I withdrawn from people who could help me? Have I assumed that I need to face this alone? What small step can I take to reach out? Loneliness skews perception. It makes every problem feel bigger, every burden feel heavier. If despair is setting in, do not underestimate the power of human connection. Level 4. Self-worth. How am I speaking to myself? Am I treating myself with the same kindness I would offer a friend in this situation? Am I measuring my worth against an unrealistic standard? Am I mistaking temporary failure for permanent inadequacy? What would I tell someone else in my position? The voice in our heads is powerful. If that voice has turned against you, to recognize it, examine it, question it, examine it. Level 5. Meaning. What story am I telling myself about this pain? Am I assuming this moment of suffering defines my entire future? Am I resisting something that might be teaching me? Am I seeking meaning in a way that deepens my suffering rather than alleviating it? What is one thing, however small, that I can still be grateful for? At this level, we are not solving problems. We are reframing them. We are finding a way to exist within them without losing ourselves completely. And so we return to the original question. When you are in crisis, where do you begin? Begin here. Maslow's checklist is not a cure, not a quick fix, not something to be taken with equivalent medical reverence. Did not intend for that. But a way to ground yourself when nothing feels steady. Move through the levels. If one does not resonate, return to the one before it. Do not attempt to resolve the crisis of the soul while starving the body. Do not seek the meaning of life while denying yourself rest. There is an order to things. Follow it. Perhaps, in the end, the mind does not need every answer right now. Perhaps it only needs a structure, a way to hold on to something real, something simple, something actionable. And perhaps, with that, what once seemed unbearable becomes something we can endure. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this installment of Inalienable Paradise. If you are in some need to talk with or connect with another person, my top resources would be 7cups.com and the Upper Room Crisis Hotline at 1-888-808-8724. And they are both free of charge. And I will top this off with a Carl Sagan adage. Even through your hardest days, remember we are all made of stardust.